Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today I've just finished watching episode 2 of Star Wars Visions Tatooine Rhapsody. And this is the more chibi styled animation, the really rounded cartoony one, and this is the one where they try to form a rock band that we've heard about in, of course, all the trailers and the breakdowns before the show came out. And to be completely honest with you, this is, I think, the one that I was the least hyped for. I think this one and maybe the droid one, I was like, okay, maybe they'll be fine, but they definitely were just not at like the top of my list of ones that I'm like, okay, that looks interesting, so them forming like a band, I was kind of like, okay, whatever. But after seeing the episode itself, I actually enjoyed that. It was a pretty light-hearted one. It was it basically just this it starts off pretty interesting, actually. The main lead singer of this band, it starts off with him as a Jedi or a Jedi Padawan. It's kind of hard to gauge how old the characters are supposed to be because of the animation style. Everyone kind of is drawn as if they're a small child. Even like Boba Fett looks like a child Boba Fett, but it's the animation style, so I can't tell if, like, I guess these are all supposed to be adults. But in any case, the main lead singer is a Jedi. He's running away from, I'm assuming, clone troopers, and he meets this Hutt who basically befriends him, and then we get like a flash forward to an unknown amount of years later, and they've formed this band, and they get interrupted in the middle of their show by Boba Fett, who takes away the Hutt, saying that Jabba's looking for him, and we don't know why exactly. Jabba, I guess because he didn't want to join the family business, maybe. But Jabba wants this Hutt dead. Basically, they're going to execute him in the middle of the Tatooine arena. Where I thought that this was, based on the trailers, I thought they were going to do like some pod racing type stuff, because it looks like the exact same arena for the what do you call it, the big event that Anakin won. I forget what the thing was called, something Eve. Anyways, but no, this is actually the place that they're going to execute him, and that's why that crowd was there in Tatooine. And at first the kid's kind of beating himself up because his lightsaber is broken. It breaks when he first escapes from the clone troopers and meets the guy at first. So his lightsaber's been broken all this time, and he still has it, and he tries to pull it out when Boba takes away the Hutt, but it doesn't work. And of course it is still the voice of Tamora Morrison, which was pretty cool, just hearing his voice, even though it's coming out of like this cartoony chibi version of Boba. But he still sounded cool, so and basically, yeah, they at first they're all down on themselves, but then he's like, hey, you're right, we're just a rock band. So they go to Jabba and they make a deal to, like, hey, let's try and let us have one more show before you execute our friend. And basically they win over the crowd so much with their song that they're still on stage, and he's like, look, Jabba, do you want to be our first sponsor? And the crowd is so hyped into it that Jabba basically agrees to like let the guy live. And it's just like a happy ending, like they play another song and they're in front of this cheering crowd. And that makes a lot of sense. It would be more unbelievable, I guess. Like I thought for sure they were gonna like fight their way out of this, especially because somehow he turned his lightsaber into a microphone. I don't know how that would work, but he does. And I thought for sure that was like part of a plan, like, oh, he's gonna break out, and he turned out to like be able to fix the lightsaber and they're gonna escape. But it's like, no, they made a deal with Jabba, and now they're essentially just a band that works for Jabba, which makes sense. Jabba has his own band and his own palace, so it's like, yeah, he would definitely sponsor, obviously get a decent amount of the chunk of whatever money this band would make. But hey, they get to be a band. They have, I guess, a sponsor now, or a manager, or however, Jabba, I guess, will basically take whatever amount of cut he wants because he's Jabba. But that's pretty cool, actually. It was basically a success story for this rock band. through the guy that was trying to kill their lead guitarist. And overall, that was really enjoyable. And again, I'm glad that they don't have to worry about like, oh, but what Jedi was this, and who was his master, and what time period did this happen in, and it doesn't matter, like, and it's still refreshing to not have to worry about canon. And overall, just it was nice having just this little lighthearted episode about this rock band, and it surprised me in the end the way they were able to resolve it, and I definitely enjoyed this one more than I thought I would. I think in my mind I thought this was gonna be, I don't know, more childish, I guess, and it was still like a kind of a more family friendly episode, I suppose, but it was more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a pretty nice episode. Yeah, I will keep on trying to review this this show as it goes. I'm trying to keep these reviews as short as possible, and yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.